This is Kathy with ucompose, and thank you for joining me. So as I have said before, we're almost done with song 2, and we put words in. We've kept consistent with the rhythm. We have these 3 measures left to go, 1, 2, 3, and I need to turn on my pen here so we can finish off with writing the words. So lyrics 3 is the ones I've been using. And so let's capitalize light. And all the words should fit in here nicely. That's something that you can see that I've had to work with a little bit in getting the words in. I've used the little dots to kind of pull the words together sometimes if you've been watching me. Light of the, but these words, they will fit in nicely. So far, so good. Light of the world. And I'm not going to put a period there because I think it kind of carries over to, I think I'm going to capitalize. Where am I? 1. Oops, I think that'll fit under there. Oops, no, it's off of it. So, has that ever happened to you so far? Let's see, where did it go? Oh, it just disappeared. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back with, it should fit okay in there. Uh-oh. Light of the world. I'm not sure why of is higher. Let me see if I can fix that. Light of. Maybe I hit the wrong lyrics over here. See if I can get a better. Light of. There, it looks better. Light of the world. And then one with finishing off. One with lyrics 3. Capitalize God. Then I can put my period. All right, it looks pretty good. I did tell you that I wanted to talk a little bit about how to end the song. It's called the cadence, and there's different names for cadence. You can Google the name, actually. It's C-A-D-E-N-C-E. So I like the authentic cadence, which is a very common approach. Also the perfect cadence. And then there's the plagal cadence. I think those are your most common cadences to end the song. So in this case, I have, I actually like the 4 chord. I think it brings in a very strong ending before the 5. And then there's the 5-7, it ends on the 1 chord. So if you end on the 5 and the 1, like here's your 5, we've talked about that. Actually the 5 is here, actually it's a 5-7, but still considered 5 chord, and 1, that is simply called the authentic cadence. However, if I were to put that 5 chord here in root position, now again, let's take this hot pin off, I'll explain that root position. So C, D, E, F, G, 5 up from C, we're in C position, remember? And if we're going to build 5, that will be G, is the 5 up from C. If I build up on thirds, and I took off my pen, so just watch the keyboard. G, B, D, and I add the 7th because I just like it. But G, B, D is considered the 5 chord. Now if I would have put the G on the bottom down here, B and D, then since the G would have been on the bottom, that would have considered root position. So the bottom of the chord, or the name of the chord, is the root as well as the chord. So those are just some terms to get used to. So again, that would have been a perfect cadence if I had put that in root position, which I didn't. I inverted that 5-7 chord. Now, there's another very common cadence, and you end it with a 4-1. So, and if you ever listen to a hymn, Amen, the end of a hymn song is often ended with Amen, and that would be a 4-1. So something to pay attention to next time you sing a song like that, a hymn. Okay, let's hear how our song sounds. All right, and again, if you were to print that out, I've done this before, if you want to see what it's going to look on the page. And in fact, I do this throughout my song to make sure it's going to be one page and has a nice, it looks good on the page. So there you go. So we've finished that song. And I don't think I've left anything out. And of course, if there was anything I did, I could always come back and say, I would like this done a little differently. But I hope that you have done a little different on your song. I hope you've changed it up a little bit. Maybe putting the D, F on the bottom here, or using a whole different chord altogether. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and be sure and come back for more.